The papers trembled in my hands as the man in the suit stared at me. Expression flat, rehearsed. Your uncle left you his entire fortune, $65 million. The words sounded distant, like they were meant for someone else. The street noise faded. My pulse slowed. I could feel the dirt under my nails, the stale smell of sweat on my coat. 65 million. The same man I hadn't spoken to in 20 years. The same man my ex-wife called useless family trash when she threw my clothes out on the lawn. The man handed me the documents. You'll need to sign these, today. His tone carried something colder than formality. I looked up. His eyes didn't blink. His jaw clenched for half a second. And then he said the words that turned my blood into ice. Your uncle wanted you to have it, but only after you finish what he started. He left before I could speak. The limousine door shut with a quiet finality, like a coffin sealing. That night, I slept in a shelter bed for the last time. The documents stayed folded beneath my pillow. I didn't read them right away. I couldn't. I stared at the ceiling, thinking of her, Emily, the woman who once called me her anchor, the woman who, in court, smiled while her lawyer listed every failure I'd ever made, the woman who whispered, "You'll die broke and alone," as if it were a blessing. When I finally opened the papers, my breath caught. It wasn't just inheritance paperwork. There were letters, photographs, bank ledgers, and one page written in my uncle's uneven hand. John, the woman you married isn't who you think. She and her partner took everything from me, and from you. Partner. The word coiled in my head like a snake. He listed dates, bank transfers, names. One name I recognized immediately, Richard Dane, her lawyer. I didn't confront her, not yet. People make mistakes when you rush them. They reveal too much. I rented a room with what little the lawyer gave me as an advance. A shower, a bed, a door that locked. Civilization reborn. Then I started collecting. Emails, call logs, property transfers under her sister's name. She'd sold the house 2 months after the divorce, far above market value. But the buyer wasn't a stranger. It was a shell company connected to Dane's firm. Every piece fit too perfectly. She hadn't just divorced me, she'd staged it. The accounts she froze, the property she lost, the debts she blamed on me, they all redirected to one pool, her pool. I watched her from a distance once. She looked radiant. Expensive coat, new car, same false smile. Dane walked beside her, hand on her back like she was his prize. They laughed, and I realized I'd never truly seen her before. The final proof came in a thick envelope, my uncle's sealed testament, unlocked after a legal review. Inside were 2 things, a notarized will and a recorded confession. My uncle's voice filled the small room, old, tired, but sharp. Emily and Dane tricked me. They forged documents, drained my accounts. When I confronted them, they threatened to expose your past. Make sure you never stood again. I'm leaving what's left to you, John. Finish this. Make them answer. I sat there in silence for a long time. No tears, just stillness. I didn't call her. I didn't shout. Instead, I mailed a copy of the recording, no note, no explanation, directly to her office. Certified delivery. 3 days later, she called. "John, we need to talk." Her voice cracked halfway through. I said nothing. Let the silence breathe between us. She tried again. "Please, can we meet?" I smiled to myself, though she couldn't see it. "Sure," I said softly. "Tomorrow." We met in a cafe downtown, the same place we'd signed our divorce papers. Poetic symmetry. She walked in looking fragile, her designer armor cracking under the weight of fear. Dane followed, pale, nervous. I handed them a small drive. "That's the recording. It's already been submitted to the attorney handling my uncle's estate. She blinked. John, please. You drained his life, I said quietly, and mine. You called me worthless. You said I'd die broke and alone. She reached across the table. I made a mistake. No, I whispered. You made a choice. Dane's hands trembled. He knew what was coming. Disbarment, investigation, maybe prison. I stood, calm, detached. You two always wanted everything. Congratulations, you'll have each other. Just not freedom. Then I left. The limousine was waiting outside. Mine this time. I sat in the back seat, watching the city fade through tinted glass. Money doesn't fix what's broken. It just removes the noise. The silence felt different now, clean. I thought of my uncle, of the years lost, of the voice that said I'd die alone. Maybe I will, but not broke and not forgotten. I closed my eyes, letting the city lights flicker across my reflection. She wanted me destroyed. Instead, she made me inevitable. And as the car rolled forward, I realized I'd never been the victim, just the patient one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.